Well, this is what one of the main things we're looking for is these canes that are hanging down. We want to pick them up and put them up and tie them back to the wire, either with the wire ties that we have over there or with plastic tape, green plastic tape. And maybe sometimes what happened was that it just broke, so it doesn't reach the wire. Well, at that point, then take it over and tie it to the stake or to another arm, because if it's left hanging down here, it's a no good to us. The fruit will be touching the ground, it'll rot because of soil organisms, and or its own weight will just break it and make it fall off, or the tractor will hit it and break it off. But if it's not up connected to the wires, it's lost to us, so we want to pick those up. The other thing is that from about 2 feet up on the trunk, everything below that gets stripped off. So you can see here where we've stripped some of these off. Here, everything here gets taken off. And of course any big green weeds, pull those and throw them out too. And by the way, when you strip off the leaves like this here, throw them out into the row rather than leaving them on the berm. I want them thrown out on the row. And if you have to say, is that 2 feet or not, then leave it. I'd rather leave something than take stuff off too high. Because what happens is they start stripping and they end up stripping all the way to here. And then they're taking off some of this year's crop as well as some of next year's crop. So 2 feet high and lower is all that you're taking off. You're not stripping off any higher than that. All right. In addition, if there are places where the hose is sagging, it needs to have a clip put on it and held it up in place. Or in some cases, staples and a hammer and re-tie the support wire up in place. If there's any of these support wires that have been stapled into the trunk, I want them taken out of the trunk. They're not supposed to be nailed into the trunk. If the trunk is sticking out past where the stake is, so you can't put a staple in the stake, then just lift the wire up and put it on a bulge or a crotch of the trunk rather than stapling something to it. But where you have a place where the trunk is out of the way, I want a staple about 2 feet high holding the support wire up in place. But the number one reason we're out here is to pick up those loose canes. The number two reason is to do the shoot removal from this lower couple of feet. And to pull any big green weeds. Not the little green ones, but big green weeds, pull them out. And in some cases we have trees that were supposed to have been dug out in the wintertime. Great big giant trees, bushes now. Willows and cottonwoods and whatever. They should have been taken out in the winter, but if not, they need to be taken out now. Any questions? Love this rain.